Let's talk about Georgia Tech, UCF. Georgia Tech catching 4.5 in the Gasparilla Bowl. Now, I'm sure there's a ton of lines out there that are like 5.5, but okay, like, we're picking for the show. Okay, guys. Like, I made this graphic beforehand. We're gonna pick at 4.5. All right.
There's
Let's
still
just
4.5s out there as well.
exactly. All right. We're gonna pick at 4.5. We're gonna have fun. And look, the matchup in this game, you're facing two teams that are kind of similar. Both teams are really good at running the ball. Both teams do not have a particularly good run defense. And you got two quarterbacks that are pretty athletic that are playing in this game. It's hard for me to pick this game because one, Georgia Tech is the weirdest team of all time this year. They lose
What
to
are they gonna
Bowling
do?
Green. They beat
Who are they gonna show up
Miami.
as? Yeah.
I mean, they came back and made it close with Georgia. They beat North Carolina. They lose to Boston College. I mean, like what are we getting from Georgia Tech, right? And UCF in the same manner. Like, are we getting the team that slaughtered Oklahoma State, right? Or are we getting another one of those Gus Malzahn games where you don't show up, you get shut down, and you can't figure out what to do on offense, and then your defense gets obliterated. Tough to see. Tough to see. I guess I'll give you some stats because I mean that sometimes when you don't know what side to pick, you can just look at some stats. Georgia Tech is 131st in run defense, total yards allowed on the ground per game. There's 133 teams in college football at the Division 1 level. That's pretty abysmal. That's pretty abysmal. UCF, on the other hand, is fifth in rushing offense. Kind of a matchup advantage there for UCF, if you're asking me. So, however, Georgia Tech has a pretty decent pass game. UCF's secondary might be a little thin due to injuries, transfer portal. Also, but then on the other side again, no Kennard, no Kyle Kennard for Georgia Tech on the edge there. That's a big deal to their defense. A lot of moving parts here. You got any thoughts? Any sides? Any unique angles to attack this?
Yeah, you mentioned Georgia Tech's a team I followed pretty closely. I took their over on the year. It was a whirlwind. You did mention that. At times, they looked fantastic when Hayes King was clicking and he was moving the ball with his legs and his arms. And I love their zone and their running scheme with everyone there. They're stable at backs. It was really awesome to watch at times. But then sometimes they would just like blow games and games would get out of hand from them. And what I bring back to this is I think back to their Boston College game, right? Where they played Tommy Castellanos, right? Stud in himself. He really exposed them, right? Both with his legs and with his arms. And I think John Rice Plumlee can do the same with UCF. It does scare me because Gus Malzahn is not great in bowl games. He is 3-6, including the infamous loss to UCF, right, in that New Year's Six bowl game, which sent them on their national championship parade. Now here he is for UCF, right? And he gets 4.5 points, or he's favored by 4.5 against Georgia Tech. I like the way they finished the season, though. I really do. I thought that Texas Tech game was brutal. Texas Tech was playing a lot better down the stretch, and you almost went into their place and beat them. You had a blocked PAT in the fourth quarter that would have tied the football game. Yeah, I like Plumlee with his legs and his arms getting better. Javon Baker and others are really talented. RJ Harvey obviously can get done on the ground against Georgia Tech. That's why I'm leaning UCF here. I think they run the ball. I think they'll scheme stuff open. I like I like both these teams, right? I think both these teams are explosive in their own rights. But I think UCF gets it done here.
Yeah, I'll take UCF too and the points. Eat them up, gobble them up. I do think
I
is
will
there.
say
It could go either way though. It could. I don't know, man, but I'll still take UCF.
I'm excited to watch Eric Singleton for Georgia Tech. I feel like the last time we watched him, a lot of people really tuned into him was against Clemson, and he had some drops, which were tough early in that football game. He really settled in, made some nice plays against Georgia in that rivalry game there. He was a big win in their retention game, right? Keeping him from transferring in the portal. He's a true freshman star for them at receiver. He's really, really special. So to see him go up against UCF, right, without Corey Thornton, their starting quarterback, will be really, really interesting. And I think they got a safe couple of DBs out with injuries as well, which could be attacked there. But I still like UCF here.
Yeah. Look at if Haynes King throws for 400 yards, which sometimes he does. The classic 400-yard, 4 touchdown, 3 interception game from Haynes King.
That's the thing. There's gonna be 3 picks too.
That's a thing. That's a thing that he does. I could see him. I could see him winning this ball game, but yeah, just give me UCF. I don't know. I don't feel great about it, but I don't feel great about it. But yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. We're probably gonna eat this one after. We're probably gonna end up eating this one after because you're the
This is a
guy.
fan.
You're the Georgia Tech guy.
I've been on them. I'll probably take the over again next year. I gotta check their schedule, but I'm a fan of what they're doing there. Anyways, I do this game's on Friday, right? Friday evening. This game that you want to tune into, right? If you're not doing anything for Friday and you're getting ready for your holiday parties, whatever you're doing, throw on the Gasparilla Bowl, man. This is actually a really exciting matchup. When this was announced to be the bowl game, I was like, okay, these two teams, super really interesting, similar in their own rights. Yeah, I'm really excited.